All right, welcome into the studios, everyone. Mr. Jonathan Senn from East Lawrence High School, the band director. And Jonathan, thank you so much for coming in. We've been trying to get around to all the schools, ladies and gentlemen, and recognize all these graduating seniors who had to part ways a little bit early this year, but and really didn't get to do kind of the spring concert thing that we've become accustomed to coming out and covering and enjoying. Mr. Senn, but you have several seniors, and I know you're real proud of them.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You know, we're not a huge band, so whenever we lose people, it's always, you know, hard to fill in the shoes. And whenever you lose seniors, that's your experience going along with it. That makes it extra tough to kind of make sure that you don't drop in your level of ability.
Yeah, and I guess you have juniors, seniors, very talented. They've been in there. They know what to do. They know how to play so much better, and then they're able to help the younger students coming in. So
right, that's one of the things that I pride myself on is a lot of the, I wish it were a one-man show over at East Lawrence, but it's not. There are so many, I have a lot of alumni that come back and help. I have a staff, but there's a lot that is done by those juniors and seniors that teach where I can't teach. They can speak a language to younger players that I may not can get through to them, so it helps out a lot. And when you lose that, then you kind of have to hope that you have good leadership behind them, behind those seniors, where you can maintain status quo.
Gosh, and many, if not most times in band, you've had someone who's been in band all 4 years.
Well, since we do march a select few of the 8th graders, some of them have even been in 5 years.
Wow, yeah. I mean, how do you replace that kind of experience, man?
That's if you think about it, they've spent almost half their life, or most of them a third of their life, playing an instrument, and that's a lot to lose.
Yeah, it is. And so much talent. We just love recognizing them. Mr. Senn, recount to everybody how long you've been at East Lawrence.
How long have I been at East Lawrence? I've been at East Lawrence since 2003.
Wow.
So
Time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
Doggone. Doesn't seem like that long, does it?
Doesn't seem like that long, but it definitely looks like it.
We'll go back on some photographs and see the difference, huh?
Ooh, it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah. And where did you grow up?
I grew up right here. I live 300 yards from where I grew up.
Wow.
My mom and dad, I call it they live at the bottom of the hill, and we live right behind them at the top of the hill. So, that was one of the things whenever I went off to college and graduated, you think about what you want to do with your life and where you want to be. And I wanted to be here in Lawrence County, and in particularly at East Lawrence. So this is, I was thinking about it just a few months ago. I had a teacher in my junior year, Miss Janola Burke, who was an outstanding English teacher. And one of the assignments she gave us was, what will you be doing in the year 2000? That was back in 1990 when she gave us that. And so one of the things that I said was, I want to be right here in Lawrence County teaching at East Lawrence High School. So
you didn't miss that mark by much.
Not by much.
So it's pretty special to be able to grow up and be around your parents, isn't it?
It is, and it's also special to be, for your kids to grow up where you grew up, because there's, you get to, I'm helping the children of my friends, and that's a nice thing to be able to do. I know more where they're coming from than if I were somewhere else.
Yeah, you relate a whole lot to them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I tell my kids all the time in band, I'm the future you. I was where you're at now.
Yeah.
And so that brings a different perspective to the whole entire, educational experience.
So let's talk about your college career. Where'd you go to college?
Georgia Southern University.
All right. You in the band there?
Oh yeah.
What instrument?
I played, my principal instrument was trombone. So I had a very good band director in Mr. Jim Blanton, that my senior year, I told him that that's what I wanted to do. And so he gave me a lot of experience in helping other people learn how to play instruments when I took the beginning band class. And so I was able to play a few of the instruments, which helped out whenever you have to learn, all the instruments to be able to teach them.
Yeah.
that helped out a great deal. But yeah, I played trombone when I went down there. Enjoyed all 4 years. Taught a little bit at Toombs over there for about 8-9 years, and then got an opportunity to come to East Lawrence.
Well, all right. That's a great story, Jonathan. I didn't realize that. Congratulations on that. You know, when you have a goal in life, even early on you have a goal, what you want to do, and then it works out for you, that's just a huge blessing.
Oh yeah, that's very, very big blessing with a lot of help from a lot of good people.
Oh, yeah, amen to that. We'll take a short break and be back. We're going to recognize the seniors from the East Lawrence Marching Band when we come back. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Don Carswell, General Manager of Dublin Chevrolet. We're open, but we never close, and we're making it easier to get the vehicle you need.
Right now, get 0% financing up to 84 months or no payments for 120 days.
Dublin Chevrolet will gladly pick up your car for service or deliver your new Chevrolet to your home.
Summertime's a great time for a new Chevy.
From Dublin Chevrolet to your driveway, we deliver.
Anywhere in the great state of Georgia. Dublin Chevrolet, the only dealer you will ever need.
Hey, I'm Glenn Register with Hometown Supply. Hometown Supply, located in downtown Dublin, is here for all of your home and hardware needs. We work with customers. I know sometimes times get tough. We work with you through those. Local delivery is available for merchandise sold. Anything that a customer needs, we take care of. Just remember, if you can't do business at Hometown Supply, you just can't do business.
All right, back with you again with Mr. Jonathan Senn. And Mr. Senn, tell us a little bit about the atmosphere and what goes on in prepping at the beginning of the year and going into the band season.
Well, you know, you start off with bands, you start off in July, and you do a band camp to get you ready, you know, for your football season, for the games on Friday night, for marching band festivals. And then you transition into parades with the marching unit, and then you start with your concert unit, you know, getting them ready for the Christmas concerts and the concerts, you know, around here with your spring concert and your honor band and your band festival over at West Lawrence. So, you know, there's something going on all the time, because as soon as you get done with all of the concerts, then you're back trying to get everything ready for the next year.
So it's pretty much year-round. There is no off-season for band.
Right. There's a few times where it slows down a little bit, and you can kind of get some things done that need to get taken care of. But, you know, the band is a performance class. It's one of those things where you're doing something. You're not just sitting there listening and, you know, writing notes down. You're actually doing things, and it's good to have the kids involved like that. It gives them something to look forward to. It gives them a drive.
So it is like a family.
Oh yeah, indeed. You know, a lot of kids that have graduated, and once they graduate, they become Facebook friends, and that's the way I keep in touch with them. You know, and like I said before, so many of those will come back, and will make sure the younger generation knows what they're doing and can keep everything going. And it does. It feels a lot like a big family.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and run through those seniors. How many do you have this year?
If I counted right, I have 12.
All right.
I'll start off with my drum major, Alexis Fordham. She was my drum major. She played flute and piccolo, and she also played trumpet. A lot of people don't know that, but she went from playing flute to playing trumpet so that she could help out. And that's just, you know, that's the kind of kid she is. She saw a need and she jumped in at it. She's kind of special because she's going to Georgia Southern University, and she's looking to pursue a degree in music education. So maybe she'll come back and help us out.
There you go.
That'd be nice.
Okay.
All right, and then I have my band captain, Kennedy Williams. She played clarinet for me before she became band captain, and while she was band captain. But sweet little girl, she has yet to beat me in a foot race, even though she is a very good runner. She still has yet to beat me. And so I was hoping I'd get the opportunity to race her one good time before she graduated, but I think COVID knocked that out of the water. So I guess I'm just going to have to be better than her, and you know, until they let us.
You'll keep the title, huh?
I will. You know, I just.
That's good.
that's an ongoing joke with me and her. She's a phenomenal young lady, and I was looking forward to seeing her, in track this year, because she was second in state last year, and she was kind of bummed about that. She could have, she got her right there, but I had a feeling she would probably have made it this year. But again, just like with soccer, with track, it kind of knocked everything out. The next person I had was, and I'm going to mess her first name up because I never call her by her first name, but Tayana Blue. We always call her Blue, Mama Blue. She was my flute captain. She was always had a smile. You wasn't going to have a bad day around her. If she didn't know how to do something, well, she'd put her head down and work, and she'd get to it. That was always something that I like to see from students, is even though you may not know something, you know where to go to do it, and you can work hard to get it. She did every time. She's probably going to be the first female WCW wrestler and WWE wrestler that we have from East Lawrence, but she's a character.
All right.
Then I had Xavier Blash. It's one of my trumpet players. Was a trumpet captain this year. Xavier was kind of the same way. When he was in the room, you knew he was in the room. And he loved to have fun. He was a good player. And sometimes he'd have moments of greatness, and sometimes it'd all fall apart, and he'd go, whoop, I can get it next time. And he was very good about that, and that showed in the trumpet section as they did an incredible job, carrying the group during marching band season. I also had a very talented young lady on the in the low brass by the name of Senn Moon. And Senn was kind of like Alexis. She started on trombone. She saw a need, so she started playing baritone. She saw a need, she started playing tuba. And so, she was my low brass captain, but, to have the ability to be able to do, switch from instrument to instrument to instrument, that helped out in ways that, that she really probably didn't know. When we needed some good bass, when we didn't have our two bass players, she was right there. She helped it come out. She gave my little 9th grade tuba player some good coaching to get him going. So I think he's going to do great for us because she was a section leader. She was a soccer player too, and she's going to Bruton Parker College this year. She's going to major in biology, and so I think she'll do great things. She was phenomenal musically and on the soccer field. So I think she's got a good little life going there.
Awesome.
The next one I had was Anna Covington. Anna's actually one of the ones that most people would not have guessed was a senior because she's just a short little petite thing, and she doesn't really say a whole lot, but she's got a fire in her, and she did a great job holding down the middle voices as their captain, playing mellophone and playing French horn for us. And she is, depending on when this airs, she's either in the process of getting married or she's getting married. I think her and her boyfriend are going to be getting married sometime soon. And that's her. I mean, she's just a great little girl.
Congratulations to her.
Indeed. The next one is Emiliano Strickland. She is one of the few people who came up to me after 9th grade and said, Mr. Senn, I want to be in the band. And I get a lot of people that go, yeah, Mr. Senn, I'd love to be in the band. And I go, great, what do you play? Oh, man, I play drums. Well, can you read music? No, I can't read music, but I can play drums. And I go, well, okay, come and try out, because you have to try out actually to be on our drum line. And, let's see what you got. And you never see those kids again. And Emiliana was one of those that she come up, she's like, Mr. Senn, I want to be in a band, I want to play something. Well, what you want to play? I don't know, I want to play drums. Well, can you read music? No, not yet. Okay, well, give me your information, and I'll give you all the information to go to band camp, and we'll teach you. Just like most others, I'm probably not going to see her again. Well, here she is, she shows up. So I'm like, okay, well, like Benjamin Franklin says, 90% of everything is showing up. So when she showed up, she got in, she worked hard, and she not only learned how to read music, she became a very important part of the ensemble. Wound up playing bass drum for us this year, and just that drive is something that you always look forward to in a young person.
Great story.
Oh yeah, indeed. A lot of them, you know, like I said, they just kind of fall off and don't do anything. But it's that stick-to-itness that everybody's looking for.
Yeah, man.
And she's got it. Couple of flag girls I had Jamira Coley. She was one of my color guard captains. Just one of those that you probably would overlook if you wasn't paying attention to what was going on. But definitely one of those that was able to teach a routine to some of the kids that were having problems and the other captains really couldn't, you know, do anything with. And so she was able to, you know, help those out a lot. Mm-hmm. Then I also had Tamia Strudwick. She was the color guard captain as well. Just beautiful smile, good little girl. She's going to be going to OFTC to get her associate's degree, and then she's going to hopefully transfer to Augusta State to get a nursing degree. So you can tell a lot of these kids, they have a heart to help people. And she definitely has that. In fact, she's going to be coaching over at G Rhythm Studios downtown while she's going to college. So that'll be good to keep her around a little bit.
Yeah.
One that I never think of as being a senior, and until this year, I literally thought she was a 10th or 11th grader because she's just so small, and you know, she's full of energy, and she didn't have that, you know, senioritis kind of thing going on. And that was Jatia Roberts. And she was just a phenomenal little girl. She was one of those, again, that she may not have got it the first time, but she worked hard and she got it after that. She was a really good young lady for the color guard. Yeah. Had another color guard person, Angel Scott. She was also in choir, and she's just one of those that she wasn't really a color guard captain, but she was one of those veterans that if somebody couldn't understand how it was going with the captains, they could always go ask her, and she was right there for them. She could teach them how to do it. And then last but not least, I had one of my color guard captains, and her name is Emiliano Strickland. We call her Mimi. And probably the smallest young lady that we had, but by far the most spunk of anybody in the world. She was a lot like Xavier was. When she was in a room, you knew she was in a room. And she did a great job of mamaing some of them color guard people right to where they needed to be. You know, sometimes you got to have a little tough love to get you where you need to go. And, you know, sometimes it's all right if somebody's holding your hand, but sometimes you need somebody going, look, get out there and do it, and pushing you to do better. And she did that, and she was just, like I said, she just would light up a room. She was a good little girl. So I was really proud of the senior class this year, the leadership that they had, and, you know, the experience and knowledge that they brought to the band.
Yeah. Mr. Senn, isn't it great to see kids develop like that, young people to grow up and assume more responsibility, and then knowing what their plans are, what they're about to do, and having that confidence that they're going to do well in life? Oh,
yeah, no doubt. I mean, I tell everybody that I meet, you know, there's something special that goes on in Lawrence County. I don't know what it is, but, you know, there's a lot of hard-working people, especially on the east side, you know, that they do what they have to do, and they go above and beyond. And that example that they show, that filters down to the kids. And a lot of those kids are hard-working kids, and they'll do what they need to do to get a job done. You know, like I said, I wish I could sit here and tell you that, oh, I'm just the best band director in the world, and it's all because of me. Sometimes these kids do it despite despite my failures. And so it's always a good thing to see that they know which direction we're going, and they know how to get us there.
All right. Hey, we're going to take another short break, and we'll be right back, so you stay with us.
At Georgia Power, we believe inspiration is like a circuit. When it lights up young minds, it comes full circle. That's why we teach future generations about science and energy efficiency through our Learning Power program. After all, what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Mr. Senn, now you're a pretty humble person. You know, you put a lot of work into what goes on at East Lawrence and with the band, and a performance, so many hours goes into it, so many little idiosyncrasies, just beyond measure what a normal eye, so to speak, would pick up unless you're trained in that arena. You don't really know what to look for, but if you are, you pick up on it like that.
Right.
But you put so much time into it. I appreciate your humility, I really do. I mean, that's
Well,
an admirable trait for all of us. But in looking at these young people, and you have a lot of young people that are out there, maybe thinking about middle school band, maybe thinking about getting into band. What do you tell them?
I always tell kids, if you have an inkling that you might like it, go ahead and try it. Because what you're going to find out is there are a lot of things in middle school and in high school that are going to just stress you out, and you're going to have, that math test isn't going to get itself done. But the great thing about band, you touched on it at the beginning, it's a family. It's like having a bunch of big brothers and big sisters that have not only been where you are, they've probably had the same teacher, and they help one another out. There's always a few moments of downtime when kids are getting their instruments out or when they're putting things up that I'll have a 9th grader that'll be like, oh my gosh, I've got this, this is going on. And there may be, a 10th grader or 11th grader to go, oh yeah, I know that teacher, look, this is what they're looking for, this is what you need to do. And they point them in the right direction. One of the biggest transitions in an educational life is that transition from that 8th to that 9th grade. My son's going through it now. He's going from 8th grade to 9th grade. And it's always nice for those kids that did marching band in 8th grade, when they come up, it's not that big of a deal because they've already been hanging around 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. They've got friends in band that, when they go to sit down at the lunch table, where do I sit? I've had to sit with my class for so long. Who do I sit? You got a bunch of friends from band. There you go. And you sit down with them, and it's not a big deal. A lot of those stressors that kids have, during that age gap, is band just helps out with all of that. It makes that transition so much easier. Yeah. Band, we don't have to do the hard science test. You can come in there and you can de-stress by playing your instrument. I always tell them, look, they don't put radios in cars for nothing. People have a hard day at work. First thing they're going to want to do is hit that radio and forget about work, what happened at work. Yeah. I said, you get a whole 90 minutes of it where you can just, and you can get yourself back and get ready to go again. And I think that helps kids out. If nothing else, that helps kids out. Plus, you get a skill of playing an instrument. Not only you have a skill of playing an instrument, you know how to solve problems because you've had to with the music. You get music, you don't know how to play it. You've got to learn how to play it and play it to perfection. And so that's one of the things that band does. So I always tell them, if you've got an inkling that you might like to, go to it.
Yeah. Because,
the difficulty of learning how to play an instrument is so far outweighed by the benefits you get from playing that instrument.
Yeah, and so many people, I've said it before, that they wish they had learned to play a musical instrument. Never too late to learn, but man, when you're young and you just soaking all that up and you're able to do it in the right environment, a school environment, band environment. You learn that, you carry it on through life, able to play that musical instrument, able to read music, able to help out with the church band or get involved with a local band. There's just so many opportunities for you to be able to share that talent.
Oh yeah.
And I really appreciate it. I know you do too, Jonathan.
Oh yeah, it's always fun to. It's always fun to see those kids continue it after high school.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we're going into this time of year where you may be doing a little fundraising, so you need to go ahead and give people a plug if they want to support East Lawrence Band.
Oh yeah, if you'd like to support the band, we do 3 big fundraisers to kind of help us, subsidize what the county gives us. And one of the things that we do is we have ads for our trailers. And I don't know if you've ever seen a parade and seen the back of the trailer, but all of those people donate money to the band to help us with all our operating expenses and, getting things for the kids and such as that. That's one great way. If they're a business, they can help us out. Plus, it's a little advertisement for them for around the counties. And so that's always a big plus. Then we usually do our big Coke sale around September. So if you have a band student from middle school or high school that comes around and they're saying, hey, we're selling Cokes, buy a couple of cases of water. You're going to buy water anyway. Right. And that helps us out a lot too. And then I think the one that we have the most success with is our band card. We reach out to not only the businesses around here to get good deals on the card, but that in turn, that card saves a lot of families a lot of money, and it gives us a little kickback for selling them, and it helps the businesses by driving traffic into their establishments. And with COVID, the way it's kind of knocked some of these businesses, that's just a win-win-win. And anytime we can help the community and help parents and help ourselves, we've got to take those opportunities.
Yeah, winning combination.
That's right.
Support East Lawrence Band, ladies and gentlemen. We encourage you to do that. Get involved, and we most of all thank you for bringing all that information in, sharing with us about those 12 seniors that you have that have graduated from East Lawrence this year. As kind of a final word, what do you say to the class of 2020?
The class of 2020, you survived. This is a tough little class. I don't know of another class that could handle it with as much grace and as much tenacity as they have. But they're a strong little class. They're going to do great things.
Awesome. Hey, we'd like to thank you for joining us right here on TV 35. Mr. Jonathan Senn, everyone.
Thank you for having me.